Hello, friends. Have you ever just wished that you had binding strips already cut out for those cute little kid quilts, scrappy quilts, baby quilts? What I did today was I cut a bunch of 2¼ inch strips to use for binding, and I concentrated on stripes and polka dots. I just think they are adorable on some quilts. And I like to make scrappy quilts, so these will work perfectly for that. So I'm going to show you how I did this. They look pretty perfect, don't they? But I did cut them just a few at a time. And I'll show you how I did this. Now I used to use 2½ inch binding on everything, but I noticed that a lot of times I had a little too much bulk to stitch down correctly, and my friend told me that she used 2¼ inch, so I decided to give it a try, and I really liked it. Now I used to make strips with my AccuQuilt cutting system, but they don't have 2¼ inch. I only have 2½ inch and on up from there. Actually, I have 1½ inch also. I have all of the half sizes, but for 2¼ inch I did not have an AccuQuilt die that would work. But I do have something else, and that's what I'm going to be using today. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So when I bought these polka dots, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I bought 2 yards of each of 4 different ones. So I'm going to use about a yard of each one of those and then save the other yard. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm using my Stripology ruler. Well, it's not really a Stripology, but it's not the name brand Stripology, but it is very similar. So there are no 1/4 inch markings on this except for one that I could find. And if you look just to my left of the 0 mark, there's a dotted line there, and it's exactly a 1/4 inch from the 0 line. So I can lay my fabric there and just line it up with that little dotted line and then cut on the number 2 slot, and it will give me perfect strips as long as I keep my fabric straight, which it's not hard to do that. Okay. Looks like I got one that was a little more narrow. I must have forgotten to lay it on the 1/4 inch mark. That's okay, I'll just put it in my strips box. As you can see, I've got my fabric folded over from selvage to selvage. So these are pretty long strips there, whatever the width of the fabric is. I had to straighten that up a little bit. I got a little bit crooked on it. A yard makes about 14 or 15 strips, depending on how the yard was cut. And I've made up a little container there to put these in. And I will just wrap the rest of that fabric up and put it back in my 1 yard bin. I'm just putting a little pin in at the 1 yard mark so that I don't go over that. All right, here we go again. So now I'm starting on my striped fabric. I also have 4 different color combinations. When I bought this fabric, I was thinking about using it for binding because I had seen several quilts that were really cute done with stripes for the binding. Now you want the stripes to go crossways on your binding strips, and in order to do that you have to buy fabric where the stripes run in that direction. You wouldn't want your stripes going, I don't think you would want your stripes going lengthwise on binding. It would be too hard to keep it all straight, and I don't think it would look as cute either. Just my opinion though. This really does go pretty fast, and I really wasn't in the mood to do much thinking today when I did this, so it's just something to give me a little bit of pleasure and get something accomplished at the same time. So here you can see how that the stripes run parallel to the selvage, and that's how you will know that they will be going crosswise on your binding. So yeah, it only took me about 2 hours to cut all of these, and it was just a relaxing time out in my sewing room, and got some things done. So I hope you enjoyed my little video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing that. I have long arming on there, as well as piecing and making pre-cuts. Just whatever I find to do in my sewing room, I like to share, because I like to learn from others too, and I appreciate all the YouTubers that I get to watch. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.